Can I get an amen, my brothers and sisters? I don't know. I got a great little thing I want to talk about tonight. But before I get to it, I just want to thank Mr. Frank Lewis. We used to call him Tank, probably for like one semester back in high school, but it's always stuck with me, for retweeting the episode last night. That was awesome of you. Thank you, friend. Frank and I met, I think it was our freshman year in high school at Bristol Plymouth Regional Technical Vocational High School in Taunton, Massachusetts. He's a talented artist, an amazing musician, good songwriter, just all around cool guy, funny, laid back. And so he retweeted it today. And so back in the day, we were in commercial art together, and then just after high school, we were in a band briefly together, and we lived together for, I don't know, maybe 9 months, a year. I don't know how long it was exactly, but it was really fun having him as a roommate. And then we had our other friend, Pat Russell, as a roommate. That was interesting. I shouldn't have said his whole name, because then I could have told you stories about this individual. Just Sharpies and screwdrivers. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it was pretty awesome. So, all due respect to the man. I was driving around and I heard, not Sam Sorbo, the other one. I can't even think of her name. It's not even worth remembering. Laura Ingraham. Talking about miracles today and just getting chills talking to people about the miracles that happened in their life. Let me preface this real quick by saying I'm partially kidding in this and I'm partially serious. Like, I respect everybody's beliefs. If you want to believe in miracles, if you believe that miracles happen, then all the power to you. I actually envy you, because I wish I could have that magic back, like that I could believe in some crazy miracle. But I don't. And here's why. If everything I want to believe about a higher life form than us that created us or whatever, or put us here and we evolved or whatever, like, I want to believe that there is a heart and soul to this individual and that they're more human than we might give them credit for. I want to believe that they reach down and try to take care of us. However, all of that comes with a lot of baggage, I feel. Because for a miracle, or most miracles to happen, something terrible has to happen first. Not in every case. You can break bread and fish and feed millions. However, I mean, you could have not starved them in the first place. Or, as someone who has cancer, they say it's, stage 4, terminal, no way they're going to recover, and then boom, one day, their cancer's gone. Like, why did you, if this is a miracle, why did you have to give the poor person cancer and put them through hell? I mean, what, to teach them a lesson? This goes back to the roots of Christianity for me. And this is one of the main reasons why I've kind of grown agnostic. Because I just can't believe both sides of the coin. Like, either both sides are just too good to be true. You know what I mean? Or too bad to be true, for that matter. I think about, okay, if we are, I know I've talked about this before, so feel free to skip this episode, but if there are angels dwelling with God before the universe was created, and they I believe they did not have free will, correct? And that's why they grew jealous, and they, Lucifer was like, I'm taking the music and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Let me tell you, he won that deal. If there be a Satan, well, he got the good end of the stick. Did he not? Music is fantastic. And Christian music is usually generally terrible. I've heard a lot of. There's very few artists that I've heard that are Christians that I'm like, ooh, that's pretty good. Anywho, the whole idea of miracles coincides, it mirrors the idea of creation, I believe. Miracle of creation. Yes. Okay. So, we have to ask ourselves as a species if we believe in a creating entity, a god, whatever you want to call him, it. If you believe in that, then the next step is to ask yourself, why did he choose to do things the way he did? Like, in all honesty, if you take a look at the Bible as a whole, God creates us, gives us free will, allows Satan to tempt us. So we're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to try this fruit. Okay, eat the fruit. Screws everybody for the rest of time. Like, everyone else is born with sin. Which, what did I do? I'm a baby. I'm just a wee babish. What do you want me to do with myself? And damns us all to hell for eternity if we don't. Well, let's see. We started with the sacrificing of the lambs and stuff like that, and then he asked us to have slaves and kill our children and all this and the other. Throws plagues at us, wipes out nations, then just like, fuck this, I'm real sick of your shit, guys. Wipes out the whole planet except for Noah's family, which they built this ark, which is improbable for its time, impractical, but for the benefit of the doubt, I guess that's where the unicorns got screwed. When they unloaded it, they get down to the little pen marked the unicorn, they open the gate and they're like, come on, guy. Oh shit. Or dragons, maybe, I don't know. Darby dragons. So ask yourself that, why would this, I know we'll never fathom the mind of God. Like, we as humans can never do that. But we were made in his image, so he is one sexy motherfucker. No. I don't know. It just seems absolutely absurd. Like, why would you go to such great lengths? I mean, you're talking about pre-history, pre-universe, post-history, an numerous amount of years later that never. I don't know how it works out. It's crazy. It's great. Why would you do that? I want to share my love. I just need to share my love and create things. So now, if you're an artist, if God's an artist and he just created us to just be like, oh, let's see what happens with that, that's the greatest piece of art ever. Or the worst, depending on how you look at it. I guess it would be more the worst. I'm sure it's beautiful in when it was first made. And then the other things he threw out there, those little diseases called human race, just destroyed the planet and got its trees and awful. It's just awful. Bad move. I mean, if you're omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipowerful, you have to have foresight of every possible future. But if you are the center of all things, if you've been around forever and ever, like, there's no way for the human mind. I can't fathom it. Maybe that's a misinterpretation by me. Maybe a computer could calculate faster than, I don't know. But I don't know. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. If I was an all-powerful being alone in the darkness, what would I do? I don't know. Maybe this. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I don't care. Like, I'm trying to be the best person I can be. But there are so many religions out there that claim to be the one religion, especially Islam and Christianity. But besides that, I mean, like, Judaism, it seems like the religion for me. They're pretty laid back on a lot of things, except for the whole eating pigs, I think. Or is that just Hasidic? I don't know. And they got the sweet sideburn things, be like, yo, I'm a rabbi, motherfucker. So, yeah. So, as it relates, I think about miracles in the same vein. Like, if you have to perform a miracle. All right, one of the stories on the show today, which was touching for me, this gentleman called up and he said he was choking on meat. He must have been 40 at the time, or 45 or something. He's choking on meat because he had a tooth problem. He couldn't break up the meat enough or something like that. It got stuck in his throat. And he grabbed something to drink, and I guess it turned out to be hot sauce. And so it felt like it was burning him up in here. And after he stopped choking, somebody saved him. he said for, I think it was like, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think it was like 2 years, 5 years, 2 years. I can't remember. I think it was 2 years. It felt like someone was choking him, so it was hard to eat and hard to breathe and hard to do anything. And then one day he felt like someone touched his throat. He kept praying to a woman. I can't remember who it was or what it was, but he kept praying to a woman that he had lost. Maybe it was his wife or something like that. And one night he felt something on his throat, and after that it never hurt anymore. So yeah, it's a moving story. It's a touching story. If it's true, it's amazing, absolutely amazing, and a beautiful thing that happened to a person. But I know how I could exaggerate when I was a Christian, because I wanted others to believe so badly what I believed. Like I remember, all right, here's a great story. I remember it. Let me tell you the original story, how I told it back then. I was late for youth group on a Thursday night, and I had forgotten to grab my Bible. No, it had been a Tuesday night Bible study, because we did youth group on Thursday. So I ran back around my bed, which was on the floor, but there was very little room around three sides of it. Well, actually, it was up against one wall. It was about a foot on one side and a foot on the other. I was going around the end of it. I got my Bible. I came back, and I felt like someone pushed me at the shoulder right when I was right in front of the window. And then I felt the weight of the Bible pulling me back. The way I'm telling that now, when I hear it, who I am this day, today, 30 years later, 40 years, well, not, this is the road to 40, we're not there yet. It seems absolutely absurd to me. Like, I'm sure I had a little sharp pain or something like that, and then I probably let go of the Bible with one hand, and it fell and gave me the impression that it was pulling me forward. That, I guarantee, is what happened. The way I remember myself telling it, I knew I was embellishing it a little bit, but it was because I wanted people to believe. So I know how those stories go. I know how miracles go. I've had quite a few miracles happen in my life. Well, I hope not. I hope I haven't. I'll explain that in another video. Eventually I'll get around to posting it, but it's tough. It's a tough one. Like, I might post it after the road to 40 is over or something like that, because it's just, I get really crazy, and I cry a little bit, and I don't know if I want to portray that yet. Not yet. We're having too much fun talking about miracles. It was just funny. I wrote miracles suck. And I don't mean that, because if there are miracles, then they're wonderful things. However, I just don't believe that there are. I don't believe in fate. I believe everything is chance encounter. It's like D&D. It's just whatever, pops up on the road before you. You deal with it and you move on to the next thing. I do wish, when we die, like we do continue on, our spirits soar through the universe, going wherever they want to go, or until they find the next body they want to inhabit or something. That would be pretty cool to me. Or you could just, build your own worlds, become your own gods, perform your own miracles. I hate when somebody calls something personal in my life a miracle, like something terrible had to happen so that this wonderful thing could happen. That doesn't make sense. Like, that is the opposite of altruism. That's like being like, oh, watch this. I'm gonna choke this guy out. Oh, he's choking. Wait, he's dead. Okay, hang on a second. Watch. Wait for it. Time of death, blah, 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 blah. Wait. 10 minutes later, the guy wakes up. Like, I just think our energies are either on or off, and sometimes they dim a little too much, and that's the end of it. I don't know. I might just be crazy. Take my word for it. I'm going to come back in the next video. Jesus, hair tonight. I'm going to have to put a ponytail in. I use this weird, it's called Oak. You get it at Bath and Body Works for men, Oak. And it smells really good and woodsy. And I like woodsy. If you don't like woodsy, then don't wash your hair with it. But it's also does something different with my hair. Like, normally, I use Tréjeume. That's not an endorsement. But if you want, you can endorse me, or you can... How do you do that? What is that called? Yeah, endorse. I'm endorsed by Fabergé or Tréjeume. That's it. I'm gonna play some songs. I've got one that I wrote with the significant others called. Vic wrote. he started the chords so that we knew where the song was going, and he had all the lyrics written, and it's called Denali. And he's an ex-Marine. He's traveled, the world, kind of, to a certain degree. He's done some amazing and some scary things in his life, and he's just he came from West Virginia. And when I say West Virginia, I think he means West Virginia. Like, we're talking Oxycontin, heroin, West Virginia. Like, where people just disappear in West Virginia. Yeah, and so he wrote this song called Denali. Also, I don't know if you guys checked out the link from the other night. I'll try to remember to do this here. I gotta do it when I'm saying it. So it's 1535. I'll link that video again because he's a talented writer, and we're really two peas out of the same pod. Like, as far as, well, kind of our upbringing. Like, I had it a little bit easier, but I understand what he went through, and like, I wasn't too far off from where he was. I just more of a mental thing rather than just going through. Well, I guess the same. I guess I can say it's the same pretty much. So, anywho, is there an episode that I haven't said anywho in? I wish you could run a filter or something through all the episodes and just run it through real quick or something like that. It'd be nice to know. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anywho. Maybe we'll have to call one of these episodes Anywho. I don't even know where that came from. That's not a real word. The other term you're supposed to use is what? Anyway. Actually, I do like anyway better, I think. But I'm just used to saying anywho. Like the Who's down in Whoville. Or something like that. So yeah, I might play that. And I was thinking about playing, I don't know. I was trying to play Mr. Jones the other night by Counting Crows, but I can't play and sing that song. It's a weird timing thing or the strumming is like not completely, it's not common. They do a lot of that, and I wish I could sing and play that way, but I can't. I have a basic 4/4 rhythm. I mean, I can learn, I can adapt, but it's just not fun. Like, we've written 7/8 songs before. Gray Shine had one when Jay was playing guitar with us. Actually, I like 7/8 a lot. It's fun. And back in Lunch Me Circus, we played something with a can. I can't remember. It was really weird timing signature. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and shut this down for the night. I'll come back. I'm going to play some songs. I built a little box for that glowing thing, and it looks cool on camera. But if I turn the other lights on, it doesn't make sense anymore. So, and you can't see me, and the camera can't pick me up to focus on this. There goes the show. I'm just kidding. Have a great night. Thanks for coming back and watching these and commenting and giving me some ideas to talk about. And don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. Make yourself a better person than you were today, and let's make the world spin a little happier together. I'm Jason Oliveira, and this is my Road to 40, and I hope you're loving it just like I'm loving it. Have a good night, folks.